We're at Snowshoe for the World Cup. Definitely wasn't the plan for this to be the first World Cup of the year for me, but that's the way the cards unfolded and making the most of it. Stoked to be here racing this weekend. It's always awesome to race a home World Cup, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it.
Snowshoe is always an awesome one for me, being from the East Coast, now living in the Southeast. I've raced there a lot. We've had nationals there, we've had national champs there, and we always get so much support as US riders. Just going up the chairlift, everybody's yelling to you and cheering you on. So Snowshoe is always an awesome one to race at. I feel like the track suits me pretty well because it's pretty flat and rocky. I normally feel pretty good at Snowshoe. I don't think anybody feels good on that track, but maybe better than the others.
Got a flatty.
What do you say?
Got a flatty, yay, all good. I still qualified, but
Nice.
I was just trying not to rip the tire off. Like, flashback to St. Anne last year, same spot. It's like, okay, brain, how do you deal with this situation? And how did it work last time? So I tried to be a bit easier on it, and it worked out. I made it in. So the real race is for me and send me tomorrow. Yeah, just a messy run. I overrode it. I said all along my goal was to make the final, and I needed to do my best run to do that. And I went for it and just had too many mistakes offline. But I'd rather do that than ride too slow. And yeah, looking back, like obviously it feels good to just be back racing, but regardless of all that, I'm proud of it. Looking at that 3-minute race run, I could have done better, and I wish that just leaves more to be desired, but luckily we got another shot at it next week.
Yeah, so after Snowshoe, we headed north. Luckily, our family lives in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is halfway between the two. Kind of a perfect pit stop over this past 4 weeks. It seems like we've spent a night here every week in a row. And then headed back to Bromont to meet the guys from Faction and get the results from our test. We did that data acquisition at Bromont on the bike, and then they used those numbers to put one of our frames on a test machine and put it through years of downhill runs. And we got to meet up with them, see them testing it, and get the results of our test while we were there.
So hi, I'm Antoine, and I'm a bike designer in the engineering projects team at Faction Bike Studio. So for day-to-day, I'm more specialized in dealing with consulting engineering projects for our clients, doing mainly FEA simulations. When we're doing FEA simulations for a client, before a design is final, we actually help this client to achieve a more efficient design. And we can really iterate and try different options of designs really early in the design process, and also achieve the best ratio between strength and weight. So for frameworks, basically the plan was initially to run FEAs on the 3D model we received, and after that the FEAs allowed us to really know how we can work on the bike to improve the design, but also to be able to optimize the placement of the instrumentation used in the data acquisition. After that, we instrumented the bike, the frame, with all different types of sensors, as for strain gauges, for instance, potentiometer, accelerometers as well. So that allowed us to gather a lot of data on the riding. So basically, after obtaining the results from the data acquisition, the new values for the forces applied on the frame, we can install the frame on the testing bench that we have here in order to test the bike physically and really copy the exact simulations we did on the computer. For the horizontal test, we did actually about 50,000 cycles, which represents in total about 3 years of usage of the bike. Okay, so as for improvements on the frame, we saw during the simulations that there were a few spots that we could potentially bring down the stress a bit. There was some stress risers in a few regions on the frame, so that would be easily modified on a design side. As for the weight to strength ratio, we could take down the weight definitely on the frame in certain regions. On the link, for instance, we could remove more material there, and maybe remove a few gussets here and there to really try to bring down the ratio between the weight and strength.
Get hot, get too close to the flame. Wild, open space, like an open book. Sign me up.
It's now probably the longest distance track. Mount St. Anne and Fort William are pretty similar as far as time. It's got to be the roughest track.
All the chances we took were so close to something better left unknown. We're so close to something better left unknown. I can feel it in my bones. Give me sympathy.
It was awesome to see them put some new sections in the track. Some of the old sections were getting a little tired and they put in some new stuff. And what I really liked was it was all new wood sections. In the past, we'd bomb a lot of ski slope at St. Anne. And this year, they made even more wood sections than we had in the past, which is, as a rider, I'd way rather ride a cool wood section than bomb a ski slope.
Here comes the sun. Come on, baby, play the sun.
Where was the concert?
Like here comes the sun. Don't go. Stay with the all unknown. Stay away from the all the chances we took. We're so close to something better left unknown. We're so close to something better left
getting towards the end of the trip, I was really motivated to come in at St. Anne and try to end the season on a high note. Snowshoe kind of left a little bit to be desired. I was looking for just, 2 clean runs in St. Anne. For me, my quali run was just not fast enough. I finished 61st, which is, 60 go to the final. Obviously bummed on it, but I mean, all in all, the season definitely didn't go to plan. I felt like I came in riding really well in Rotorua. I had my best result in the past couple of years. Like, I was a second off Loic at that race, and I honestly felt like I rode really well. And then just 5 days later at the first national, crashed and broke my pelvis. I'm proud I was able to get back this year and was able to be competing in these races. And we've got a really bright future with Asa coming onto the program next year to race junior. He's obviously a really talented young guy, so it's going to be motivating next year to ride with him. And yeah, I'm just proud to be able to do this project, and obviously for myself, always looking for better race results. And I think the racing gives me the credibility and gives me the perspective to be able to develop my bikes better. So obviously I want to do that the best I can. But in the end of the day, like, yeah, bummed on how the season ended at Mount St. Anne, but there's still a lot of positives to take away. And also, again, wanted to thank Worldwide Cyclery for being a sponsor of our program since the beginning. Over on their site, they have a landing page with all the components that I use and a little explanation that I wrote about them. So be sure to support Worldwide. We have an affiliate link which helps support our race program. So thanks to those guys, and thank you guys for watching our videos.